All right. So here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. We've got the Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes tag. It's gxalpha. Do I not have any sound in my game? What is going on? All right, and spawning on the left-hand side, we've got the Terran player. It is App. I have no sound. I have lost my sound. What on earth is going on? Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. What on earth happened to my sound? Is it just the sound in my headphones? It is. It's just the sound in my headphones that I lost. Oh my gosh. What a panic moment here. Well, let's see what these players are going to be starting off with today. Sorry, guys. Getting it all out in the first game here. We're going to be getting into some smoother casting. All right, I can hear the game now. Thank God. No sound was creeping me out. All right. So it's going to be Hatch first over here on the side of gxalpha. He has macro aspirations to start things off here. Wants to show the strong fundamentals of a player who is headed to higher places on the ladder. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, 2 early gas is coming out here from App. With that early gas, what kind of tech does he plan on getting into? Excited to see some potential early pressure out of the Terran player. One thing about this map, the Overlord distance, it's pretty short. It's pretty short Overlord distance. Once the Overlord gets across the map, he should be able to pin down what is going on. Is he going to be able to get that information and react appropriately at home? Make the correct Zerg units to counter whatever kind of tech is coming his way. We keep an eye on that production tab. The Fast Factory has been started up, which you would expect with the quick gas. No expansion in sight for our Terran player. Back on the other side of the map. Let's see, spawning pool's going to finish up. Let's see what the choice is after the spawning pool. I'd expect to see 4 or so Zerglings, a couple Queens. No Zerglings starting up at all. Really focusing on the drones. Drones and Queens are a good place to start. Let's see if he's going to be ready for the potential early pressure coming from the other side of the map. A second factory has been started, so App is definitely looking to get aggressive. He's starting things off here with a bang at Platinum Heroes number 5. Barracks going to go ahead and do a little bit of add-on swapping. He wants to get that reactor onto the factory. I expect to see him cranking out some Hellions here. 2 Hellions are going to be started. Back on the other side of the map, we take a look at the units tab. There are 4 Zerglings, but will 4 Zerglings be enough to deal with these Hellions? I think even 2 Hellions is going to be a big problem for these 4 Zerglings. Production tab still showing more drones. No third base started yet. He's thinking about the third base. There we go. 3-minute third base against a Terran. Normally you'd expect some Reaper harass, so you're planning for that a little bit delayed on the third base anyways, so still good timing on his third base. The Hellion pressure is something you're going to expect as a Zerg player. Hellion pressure coming from the Terran player is not surprising, but this Hellion pressure is going to hit early, and it's going to hit hard. He's throwing double reactor factory. He's going to have a lot of Hellions, and he's going to have a lot of Hellions very early, and right now, I'm super scared for gxalpha. He's done a good job avoiding a very usual supply block, which I like to see, but these 4 Zerglings, oh man, they're going to get barbecued, and he's going to potentially lose. He's got a 10 worker lead. That 10 worker lead is because he's focused on expanding. He's doing the right things early, but that 15 worker lead now, but that could quickly collapse if all these Hellions get across the map unscouted. He is going to see no expansion, which is a bit ominous. The Hellions are able to sneak by the Zerglings without getting spotted. Did he spot with the Overlord? His reaction says he did not. I think he knows it's coming now. He saw it with some of the additional Overlords. He's pulling back, but will he have enough to defend? Desperately throwing down a spine crawler. He knows he's in a bit of trouble, and here we go. He's got Hellbats on his front door. This is an early Hellbat attack. 4 minutes into the game, this many Hellbats are a lot to deal with. There are 2 Banelings morphing, but will 2 Banelings be enough to deal with this? The 2 Banelings are looking, you're going to have to get great hits, and they do. 2 Banelings do get off in the middle of all of these Hellbats, but 2 Banelings are not enough. There goes all of the Zerglings that gxalpha had to offer, and there are still 5 Hellbats that are eyeing down these drones. 2 reinforcement Hellions do arrive. Take a poke at the drones on their way in. They are going to try and deal with these spine crawlers. They think better of it. These spine crawlers really getting a lot of worth here. These are low health Hellbats. They're gonna trade and they're gonna quickly, instantly even melt the Zerglings, but they're so low health. There's gotta be a way to jump on top of these if you're gxalpha. Still has a 10 worker lead. He's gonna be shutting this down to the last Hellbat. He has shut this down. He's got a 9 worker lead. He's lost. Where does drones go? His drones from the Nat went down here to the 3rd. So that's really not so bad if you're gxalpha. It was looking a little dicey. He got these spines up a little bit late considering when he got the scouting information. But he's going to hold, and he's going to hold. He's looking strong. He's got an 11 worker lead. He's got a nice little hit squad here of Zerglings that's going to pick off some units. I'm not sure you want to fight these Hellbats. You definitely don't want to lose these Zerglings for free to the Hellbats. All right, here comes round 2. We're gonna have, so you don't want to take that fight just yet if you're gxalpha. He thinks better of it, backing off, pulling away from his 3rd. He is gonna go ahead and do the same thing he did last time. He's gonna pull his drones to a different base. He knows the Hellbats move slow. He's gonna get his forces ready to deal with this. He's got some Banelings morphing. Let's see, what kind of gas income does he have? He's only got 1 gas mining, so he's struggling to get enough. He's got a nice little bank here. I'd like to see more Banelings. He's going to go ahead, sacrifice the 3rd. gxalpha is comfortable falling back on 2 bases. With this kind of aggression, he's not thinking there's a lot of economic power back on the other side. He's going to go ahead and scout. He wants to verify. gxalpha sending this Overlord in to take a look around. And back at home, App has thrown up 2 additional racks. He's finally taking the natural. He's got a plan. Inching forward, these Hellbats are going to be scared off by the spine crawlers. They moved up. They saw the Zerglings. They were liking their fight for a moment, but 3 spine crawlers going to be a little bit too intimidating. They are headed home, and that's all for the best. While the spine crawlers themselves are not too scary, these Banelings are now enough to deal with the forces of the Terran. Still up 9 workers. Those worker counts feel like they've been static for a while on both sides of the map. He is fully mining from 1 base, the Terran is. He's looking to make a bio transition. He's got Stim finishing up. He's got 3 racks. 3 racks about to be pumping out some Marines with add-ons. Throwing a tech lab onto his factory, possibly thinking about getting into some tanks. He's also cranking out Widow Mines 2 at a time. Hellbat hit squad coming across the map. What will they be able to get done? There are some Banelings here, but are they enough? The Banelings, I think, will they'll do work, but there's gonna be leftover Hellions, and are there enough forces here for the Zerg to deal with it? Oh, Hellbat's gonna go ahead and morph into Hellions. They're looking to do some run-by damage. A little more agility is necessary. Cancels his 3rd, possibly preemptively, showing a lot of respect. But better to get the cancel early than to miss the cancel and lose the money, that is for sure. 3 spine crawlers continuing to be the force that is keeping App from pushing down the front door with these Hellbats and Hellions. 2 Widow Mines, after they finish up, are going to go ahead and he's going to go ahead and do a little bit of add-on swapping. He wants to crank out medevacs out of this starport. He has a bio future. Bio will be the transition. He's maybe hoping to force roaches out of his opponent, get into some bio, but that's not what's happening across the map. There is no Roach Warren. Lingbane Hydra is going to be the play, and Lingbane Hydra is exactly what you want to have to deal with mid-game bio from a Terran. gxalpha in a pretty strong spot right now. However, App's done a nice job with these Hellions of denying a 3rd, and gxalpha afraid to lose his base. Really sitting on 2 bases for quite a while here. While he does have a lead, Terran units can be very powerful, and if he takes a good fight, if he doesn't take really bad Baneling shots, 1 good fight could result in Terran running over his opponent, because the Zerg does not have the economy that the Zerg would hope to have by this point. Natural base has been secured for gxalpha, so now for App. So we've got 2 bases to 2 bases, which is something the Terran, it's not a position the Terran is sad about. Moving out onto the map with all of this Lingbane Hydra, that he did remember to get Bane Speed. Bane Speed, a very powerful tool against Bio, and Bio is what he will be fighting. Has he scouted that it's Bio? You know, he hasn't scouted in ages. He might have seen some Marines, but has no idea that this is going to be a Bioforce. Just very fortunate that he has built a great anti-bio comp here. These Widow Mines are going to be the hope for the Terran, I think. Hellions headed in towards the northeast side of the map. Looking to continue being annoying. Could go deny the third again, which wouldn't be bad. But is there going to be enough at home to deal with this? Unfortunately, it's not looking great. Zerglings getting a bit ahead of the pack. The Zerglings will get thinned out, but there we go. Bunched up Bio falls victim to the Banelings. There are a few Terran forces left to defend the home front. Across the map, Hellions still hanging out. Hydra's inching forward, not fighting super efficiently. The ones in the back can't get forward to shoot, but they are greater in number, and they will be able to walk in and get some good damage done here. 2 Widow Mines fire off. They'll take off 2 Hydras, but no drilling claws on these Widow Mines. They will be revealed after they fire their shot. They're going to step in, deny the natural base of the opponent. Supporting, reinforcing Zerglings are arriving on the scene. The door is left open. He walks in, jumps on top of this tank before it can get sieged up. Tank doesn't get any value. GG is called. Excuse me, 1-0 in the series for gxalpha. Well played. All right, spawning in the top left-hand corner, looking to close out the series early, 2-0, representing Platinum Heroes, it's gxalpha. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the aggressive Terran player, looking to even the series up 1-1 and force the deciding match. It's App. Let's see if we see things a little bit differently in this second map. Will gxalpha get into some early aggression himself? Will App decide to go for a quicker natural, have an economy that'll keep up with his opponents a little better, not count on cheeky early damage? We shall see. First thing to take note of, App is building all of his buildings inside his own base. This will not be a proxy look, nothing that crazy. Natural has been started up for gxalpha. That's 16 hatch, probably going to be 18 gas, 17 pool. Very standard opener from the Zerg. Already we can see here this SCV building the barracks has been rallied to head down towards the natural after he finishes. We don't see a second gas firing up. So I think App does want to do a little bit more standard of an opening here with the Reaper fast expand. Reaper's going to fire up. Orbital's going to start up. And right at 400 minerals, we'll probably see App drop a natural here. Reaper fast expand's going to be the way. So it wasn't... It's hard to tell sometimes. You never know if when someone is aggressive in a game 1, you have to wonder going into game 2 if you're their opponent. Is this the way that they play? Are they always an aggressive player, or did they have an aggressive look plan to start the first series of the day? That's some of the mind games you get into in series, and that's some of why playing in these tournaments is so fun. And a tournament for just plat players, where they have the opportunity to compete and start getting into these mind games in winnable situations. A lot of the tournaments are dominated by low masters, high diamond players. And it's so great that we've got this event here where they're going to have a chance to get into the mind games. Now, will gxalpha recognize that he's in a different position this game? In comes the Overlord. Overlord's going to get a quick look at the expansion. He's going to see the bunker. Things are probably looking a lot more normal to him. This is more what you expect to see scouting with that opening Overlord. Reaper is going to arrive. There was no Reaper in the last game. Not the best Reaper management, but not the end of the world. Losing the Reaper early does leave you a bit susceptible if the Zerg goes to follow up for a Bane bust, early Ravager all in, anything like that, but that does not appear to be the case for gxalpha. He says, I got the Reaper, I can take my third safely. That's good enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and throw down that third base. Continue to drone up. On the other side of the map, Orbital is being made in the Nat. Second barracks is on the way before Starport, so it looks like Bio is going to be the choice once again. Adding on Widow Mines to the Bio, so Widow Mines instead of tanks. We'll see if that's a long-term decision or if that's just a early game wanting to be ready against a Ling Flood kind of thing. I'm trying to mute so I can cough. Ling's dancing around. They are going to try and jump on top of this Widowmine, pulling back. Widowmine with the most long-range shot. Holy moly. That is quite the arm on this Widowmine. We got the John Elway of Widowmines here, taking out those Zerglings. Baneling Nest on the front door, finishing up for gxalpha. Alright. Layer finishing up as well. Let's see what kind of tech is on the way on the other side of the map. A starport, better late than never on the starport. We have a tech lab on this barracks, but no stim just yet. He also did opted to throw down a tech lab onto his factory, so probably not going to be continuing with the Widow Mines. Going to be going into a more standard tank look. Widow Mines can be super powerful against pure Ling Bane, and pure Ling Bane is what is currently waiting for him on the other side of the map. There's no Hydras yet to deal with the Widow Mines, so sticking with the Widow Mines might have been an okay choice, but Hydra 10 is starting up now. Probably safe to assume your opponent will throw down Hydras if they went Ling Bane Hydra blind game 1 after facing Hellbats. We take a look at the map here, and this is a weakness that I fall into as a player. We've got a lot of dark out here. There could be some overlords, keeping a better eye at what's moving on. He does have this overlord here, which is very nice. When this medevac finishes, that should grant the necessary high ground vision to recognize, if he's not already aware, that he is being watched. He needs to chase that off. But when you're going into these tank pushes, which it's going to be a tank bio push, getting into a good position while your opponent is not having the necessary vision. If he can get into a good position, not getting spotted by any overlords on the map, you can take some very, very efficient fights as Terran with this type of an army. Even if you don't look at efficiency right now, he's ahead on army supply. So you take an evenly efficient fight, you should come out on top. Well, no longer ahead on army supply. Tearing down 16 workers. I'm thinking he needs to make a move here at some point. Third base is fully saturated for our Zerg player. Probably time to throw down a fourth. Baneling speed finishing up. All good signs from our Zerg. Very strong fundamentals here for how to face a Bio-Terran. Now, that being said, it looks like he is playing blind. He has not scouted. gxalpha has not scouted, so he's not aware that it's bio. So that is something that can be exploited possibly in future rounds. But App's not hoping for future rounds. App's trying to hang in the tournament right now, not looking to make an early exit. He's got plans, and his plans include a bio tank push. Combat Shields is about to finish. Oh no, it's just starting, but Combat Shields is on the way. That upgrade does not take too long. Stim's already finished. +1 attack is on the way. Will these armies meet out on the map? They will. Zerg is going to spot. He's going to get some great baneling hits to start it off. Oh, the entire army of the Terran evaporated before his eyes. Oh, that is so painful to watch. But that being said, when a baneling blows its shot, even if it's a good shot, the baneling is no longer there. This force is looking a little bit ragtag out of gxalpha. The front door is open. He is going to send. He tries to send forward one Widowmine, but it gets sniped by the Marines. Widowmine will get a nice money shot on the rest of the remaining Ling Bane across the map. 4 Hydras doing their best to tickle away at the wall, but they are afraid to move forward without the necessary backup. Ling Hydra is on the front door of the Terran. Things are looking bleak, but there are no banelings. The bio should do well, and we've got a tank here to support as well. Zerglings moving in, getting on top of the bunker. Tank with some excellent shots. So far, bunker goes down. Excuse me, tank continuing to fire well. And the tank is going to be the deciding factor on there. gxalpha neglects to get on top of the tank, allows it to live for far too long. Does manage to get through the bunker, which is a nice consolation prize. But App has held this push for now. Take a look at that mini-map. There are more units parade pushing across the map. A Liberator is being added to the defense, which I like. So it looks like the Liberator is going to be sent north and probably towards the main to harass and buy a little bit of time, get a little breathing room for the Terran player. He's fallen behind on supply. He's behind on workers. He's behind on army. He is struggling to continue to produce, and look at all these Banelings morphing on his front door. Banelings won't do well against the tank, but they'll do well against any bio, and there's so little bio here to begin with. We've got 5 Marines, 1 Marauder, 1 tank, and a Liberator, and the Liberator is not on the defense. The Liberator is hanging out on the map. Oh boy.
Oh, it's on.
He does see the outskirts of the army. He falls back. Oh, the siege tank is unsieged. The first Baneling goes in alone and still manages to get a fantastic shot. The army is a bit disjointed here out of gxalpha, but he has the superior numbers. Here come the Zerglings, looking to get on top of the remaining forces for the Terran tank on the back line, looking for some more magic shots, but there are no supporting forces left. Zerglings on top of the tank. Down falls the remaining bio. Watching from the sky in the command center, he knows that his day has come. GG is called. gxalpha will be headed on to the next round after the 2-0 victory.